Hello, my name is Intazmira binti Cikaha.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Aliana Tasha binti Muhammad Izzah.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Farah Nadia. So today we're gonna talk about global warming and climate changes.
So what is the meaning of climate change? Climate change is a change in the usual weather found in a place. This could be a change in how much rain a place usually gets in a year, or it could be a change in a place's usual temperature for a month or season. Climate change is also a change in Earth's climate. This could be a change in Earth's usual temperature, or it could be a change in where rain and snow usually fall on Earth. What are the causes of climate change? Do you know? The climate on Earth has been changing since its formed 4.5 billion years ago. However, since the Industrial Revolution in the 1800s, the global temperature has increased at a much faster rate, which causes climate change. The causes of climate change can be divided into two, which are natural causes and human causes. So let's talk about human causes first. Humans causes climate change by releasing the carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the air. Today, there is more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere than there has ever been in the past 1800,000 years. During the 20th and 21st century, the level of carbon dioxide rose by 40%. We produce greenhouse gases in lots of different ways. The burning of fossil fuels, which takes up to 49%, 13% from agriculture, 14% from deforestation, and 24% from industrial process. So let's talk about burning of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels such as oil, gas, and coal contain carbon dioxide that has been locked away in the ground for thousands of years. When we take this out of the land and burn them, we release the stored carbon dioxide into the air. Next, we're going to talk about deforestation. Forests remove and store carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. When we cut the forest, it will cause the carbon dioxide to build up quicker since there are no trees to absorb it. Not only that, trees release the carbon they store when we burn them. Next, we're going to talk about agriculture. Okay, planting crops and rearing animals releases many different types of greenhouse gases into the air. Do you know that? For example, animals produce methane, which is 30 times more powerful than carbon dioxide as a greenhouse gas. The nitrous oxide used for the fertilizers is 10 times worse and is nearly 300 times more potent than carbon dioxide. The leading cause of climate change is human activity and the release of greenhouse gases. However, there are lots of natural causes that also lead to changes in the climate system. So next is the natural causes of climate change. Natural forcings that can contribute to climate change includes two solar irradiance and volcanic eruptions. First is solar irradiance. Changing energy from the sun has affected the temperature of Earth in the past. However, we have not seen anything strong enough to change our climate. Any increase in solar energy would make the entire atmosphere of Earth warm, but we could only see warming in the bottom layer. So next is volcanic eruptions. Do you know that volcanoes have a mixed effect on our climate? Eruptions produce aerosol particles that cool the Earth, but at the same time, they also release carbon dioxide which warms it. Volcanoes produce 50 times less carbon dioxide than we humans do. So we know that they are not the leading cause of global warming. On top of this, cooling is the dominant effect of volcanic eruptions, not warming.
There are some advantages of global warming and climate changes. The first one is that there would be more production of outdoor crops such as sugar, potatoes, cereal because of the higher temperature and long recession. So the second one is the warmer temperature will lead to the healthy outdoor lifestyle. And the third one I'm gonna mention is road accident during winter is less likely to occur. So actually there are more bad effects compared to the good side of this issue. Scientists already have documented this impact of climate changes and global warming. Ice is melting worldwide, especially at the Earth Pole. This includes mountains of glacier, ice sheet covering West Antarctica and Greenland. Much of ice melting will contribute to the rise of seawater, and there's been 0.13 inches, about 2.3 millimeter of seawater rise a year. It rises in a faster rate recently.
How to solve this problem? Do you know? Yeah, here we go. I will share to all of you about the ways to overcome the climate change. An example of ways to overcome the climate change, which is preservation, conservation, and restoration. Preservation defined as the efforts made to protect the components of an ecosystem, so it will remain in its natural condition. As an example, Ampang Forest Reserve, Mata Mangrove Forest Reserve, Haitham Forest Reserve, and Temanggung Forest Reserve. For conservation, it is defined as the efforts to restore environmental resources and carry out in order to save the components of an endangered ecosystem. As an example, Suryana Botanic Conservation Gardens. For the restoration, it is defined as the efforts for renewing and restoring natural ecosystems that have been damaged or destroyed. As an example, replanting trees. Other than preservation, conservation, and restoration, education at school is also important. It is because education is an essential factor to fight against the climate change. Knowledge regarding this phenomenon helps young people to understand and tackle the consequence of climate change. It will encourage them to change their behavior and helps our Mother Earth. Next is campaign. This is an example of organization, Change for Climate Campaign, which is under UNICEF Malaysia. The practices in environmental sustainability. First, environment-friendly transport, such as hybrid car and public transport. It is to reduce the emission of carbon dioxide. Second, energy saving. Turn off electrical switches when not used it. It is to reduce the release of pollutant substances such as carbon monoxide. Third, apply the 5R concept in your daily life, which is rethink, repair, reuse, reduce, and recycle. It is to minimize landfill waste. Next, technology and innovation. Our country has established the green technology which called Green Tech Malaysia. Green Tech Malaysia is a government agency under of the Ministry of Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change. Their purpose is to preserve the environment and nature while minimizing or reducing the negative impacts of human activities. For the innovation, our country has also built green buildings which have the characteristic of nature-friendly technology. As an example, the Perdana Putra Building Putrajaya. This green building can help to reduce negative effects towards the environment due to the construction activities. Next, for the innovation, producing ecoenzyme from the fruit waste into cleaning agent. Last but not least, recycling food waste to produce natural fertilizer. Biological knowledge. Based on biological knowledge, by replanting trees, it can help to reduce the climate change. It is because trees will do photosynthesis process. If you want to know, during the photosynthesis process occurs, the tree will absorb the emission of carbon dioxide from human, animals, vehicles, and others to produce the oxygen. Therefore, by replanting trees, they can reduce the climate change. Besides, our air surrounding also will be more clean and safe.
Global Environmental Center Director Mr. Faisal Parish have stated that the temperature in Highland have been climbed about 2 until 3 degrees Celsius last year due to overdevelopment and clearing of forests. In 1984, the maximum temperature in Cameron Highland is about 24.6 degrees Celsius over the year, and it gradually increased until 27.4 degrees Celsius in 1998. While 1 or 2 degrees Celsius does not sound like much, but these small changes can actually lead to major changes such as rainfall. Unfamiliar situation that happening in Malaysia is actually the rises in sea level. Malaysia will actually lose Rejang Valley in Sarawak or low-lying areas in Sabah and Peninsula Malaysia by 2100. We may not be there to see what is happening, but our child and grandchild will witness it. Ice shelf is actually treated in about 12 months between 2017 until 2020. This was captured in a time-lapse by European satellite that take picture every 6 days. In May, the number of carbon dioxide is 50% increase since the Industrial Revolution. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse effect that it will release heat when it's released in the atmosphere. We already seen rises in temperature, the rises in sea level, and the changes in ocean chemistry. All are connected and impacting to the global crisis.
这一次我真的睡着了。